Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspar, and I am your host for this pre-market session. We'll be watching the volume spike indicator again this morning. We're watching for these numbers to start rising. Once they start rising, we click on them and we come over to the current bar volume. Make sure there's enough volume to get in and get out safely. And what I mean by that is this number needs to really be flowing. Lots of numbers flying by, lots of activity on the stock. Once we confirm that, we look for the price to start rising. You will see me mark resistance level. Once the price stops rising and when it pulls back, I will mark a support level like so. And we try to plan our entry down here on the support level for the next run up. But we don't do that unless we confirm down here in the Dominator Master that we have enough green bars. The green bars are buyers. So we want to see a lot of green bars coming in before we click that buy button on the support level. We also want to confirm that the My Blessing indicator is pointing somewhat north. This white line is the trend. These are the buyers and the sellers, this red and green. So the perfect scenario would be the price runs up, I mark a resistance, pulls down to support. You are right here. You see these green bars coming in. You click the mouse button and take advantage of the price running up. Doesn't happen all the time. If you are a beginning trader, I highly suggest you do this on paper only until you get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, then start with small share size so that you can get familiar with the strategy. And once you get better and better, just increase your share size. Never trade off of my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed, and delays can cost you money. Make sure you set up on your own computer. Never let my words influence your trading. Don't click the button just because I say I'm taking a position here or I'm going to do this or that. Make sure you reach out to a financial advisor before you do any trading. I don't want to be responsible for any of your losses. So reach out to the proper authorities before you take any trades using this platform. I appreciate you joining me this morning as we wait the next couple of minutes for the market to open. I am seeing VVPR moving a little. I don't know if it will continue by the time our bell rings, but possibly. We'll keep an eye on it. And thank you for joining me this morning as we wait these next few minutes. SEEL moving around a little bit as well. I think we're going to watch VVPR at the open to see if it gives us some good gains. It looks like it has a good stable trend going. We have about a minute to go yet. Make sure your active trader TIF is on EXT so you don't miss a trade. About 30 seconds to go. All right, let's see if it gives me a chance to mark support and resistance, or does it just take off and fly? Let's see. Pushing up slightly. Indicators look good. Tall green bar. The My Blessing has turned around. Looks like a couple of profit takers. Let's see if it'll push up even higher. Pushing up slowly. Not a whole lot of buyers in this one. Not liking the activity in this one. It's not just taking off like it should. It is slowly creeping up. We are gaining a few pennies, but not a whole lot of buyers yet so far. It is holding this price range. That's a good sign. Creeping up very slow. High of 478 so far. Still slowly creeping higher. Activity is so slow, I'm hesitant to click the mouse button. I don't think it's going to go much further for some reason. But it could just pop. I could be wrong. Holding this price range nicely. Now pulling back a little. Showing some weakness here. If you are in profit, start taking some off the top. Looks like it found a parking place up here around 470. Let's see if it will hold the price or does it start selling off. Looking good so far. I like the support of this price range. It is holding this level. Pushing up slightly again. Up to 490 now. Looks like everybody wants it to go, but everybody's afraid to buy it. Now pushing a little higher, 495. If you are still holding some shares, I would take a little bit more profit. Still holding the price range up there about 484. Not really selling off. Yeah, I think we would have had to make the guessing game right out the gate. As soon as the market opened, click the mouse button. I'm not that kind of trader, though. I don't just risk my money like that. But I kind of felt like at any moment, if I clicked the button, it would pull back for some reason. I guess that's just cautionary. I like the big, strong run ups. I want to see them dominator bars really tall and taking off. But this was really tall, but not really taking off. It was just kind of floating around. Might have got 10 cents out of it total had you bought it. Still playing around the 490 area. Still going. I guess this is one of those stocks I'm going to have to say I wished I would have bought it. It's all right. We'll get another one this morning, I'm sure. Still going up slowly now, up to 512, 514, 515 for a high. Slowly pushing up. Still going. Hope you're enjoying the profit. I'm not. I didn't buy it. Congratulations to those who took the risk and successfully made a few dollars. Still holding this price range. And still pushing up slowly. Probably going to be a big seller coming in here sooner or later. Make sure you watch the level 2 right here in this column. If you see some big red numbers coming in, they're going to sell off on it. Also be watching time and sales. If you see a lot of red flying by on your time and sales, you may want to consider taking profit. Has good price support. I have to give the stock credit for that. It's not just selling off. It runs up a little bit and holds the price. So about a 20-25% gainer if you got in early enough, and possibly more. I think most of us missed it, and there's a good reason behind that. The stock was not actually performing like we like to see it. We want to see that volume kick up really high and let prices take off. That way we are secure in our trade. This one kind of sluggish on its way up, but I have to give it credit. It was a nice smooth run, not a lot of selling off. Good job, Joe. I'm continuing to watch these spike numbers too. I don't want to miss the next one. I actually expected 2 or 3 stocks to take off this morning the way things were moving around, but I guess it's still typical. They move just before our market opens, then they freeze. That's what we've been seeing the last couple months. It's kind of like the old bug kicks in when it's our turn to trade. But we'll work our way through it. We continually pull profits out. NAAS making a slight run up. Let's see where this one goes. Maybe the action will be a little bit faster. Steadily pushing up. If you're a green candle chaser, then I'll put you on my prayer list. It is definitely flying. Strongly advise new investors not to chase these green candles. Wait on the pullbacks. But if you're good at it, the risk is on you. Continuing to fly, $5, $5.27, $5.26. Looking beautiful here. Nice looking bottle rocket. If you're up in this profit here, I would take some off the table. Seems to be getting a little sluggish. Pulling back slightly. We may have another burst of energy here soon. Let's see what happens. Watching the dominator bars. This is where you should be watching. You want to see tall green bars coming in before you click the mouse button. You don't want to guess that it's going up higher. You need proof. The proof is right here and right here. We need green bars, not red, coming in. I'll zoom in a little bit tighter here so you can see it clearer. Holding the price nicely here at $4.99. It hasn't given me room to make a pullback play yet. I cannot mark resistance or support. Let's see if we push up a little higher here. Looks like we're gaining buyers. Let's see what happens. I'm watching the green dominator bar that just came in. Now back to a short red one. Let's see if we get the pullback here. There is the resistance level. I will mark support when this red candle stops pulling back. If you see a long wick on the bottom of this candle, that means the buyers are going to push it back up. And we may see more gains here. They tried unsuccessfully. Need to break that 523 level. When you come here each morning at 6 o'clock, you got to be ready to go. It's advisable that you get here before, get everything in order, be ready to click that mouse button at 6 a.m. or you will miss a trade. Usually these trades happen right at 6 a.m. as you've seen this morning. We'll have another round about 7 o'clock. Usually that's when the next one takes off. It is very possible to make a check already this morning before the market opens. That's what I try to do each day. I don't want to fight the down market on the regular session. I prefer to make all of mine bright and early and go on about my day. So I try to be done by the time the bell rings. Both of these stocks should be in your watch list. That would be VVPR. Put them in a personal watch list so you can keep your eye on them throughout the morning. This way, if they move again, you don't miss them. Good job, Philly Will. Looks like we may try to push through that 523. Let's see if we can find enough buyers here. I'm watching for the green dominator bar getting taller and taller. Let's see if we can push on through and get another run going up. We are now above that 523. Pushing up to 549 now. Nice 20-cent jump there. Going to push a little higher, 557, 558, 559, 577. Take profits when they pop like that. Don't let it get away from you. Take profits all the way up. Doesn't matter if you run out of shares, lock the profit in. Nice run, 589, 590. I'm going to get out here. $400 gain for me. Yeah, this was not a typical trade. I just jumped in. I saw the momentum shift and got in. So it was a risk play for me. Still going up $6 now. I made burrito money for sure. Pulling back slightly. Good job, Terry. Good job, Don. Sometimes when they're moving like this, you're sitting there with your hand on the mouse and the price is rising. Sometimes you just have to take your chance. Just make sure you have enough knowledge behind you that you know what's going on and the risks behind that. Because they're not going to wait on you. They're just going to fly like you see the one flying now. Now we're up to 614. I entered just above it. I gave it a few seconds. I wanted to make sure it went up from that point. So I missed a little of it. Good job, Chris Jordan. Looks like I'm having connection issues with YouTube. I hope you guys are still there. It says it reconnected. I had trouble getting it going this morning. I guess YouTube's having issues as well. Thank you, John, for that confirmation. This stock's still trying to push up a little. It's getting weak, though. More to come. We shall see. 644, 649. Think these might be the latecomers thinking it's going more, trying to get in. They may get stung here soon. I would not buy it at this level. Unless you're willing to lose a little bit of what you just made. Good job, Peter. Two not so beautiful plays this morning, but beautiful in my eyes because they both made profit. I only played this one, didn't play the first one. So I missed one and got one. Thank you, Lord. This one's still rising now up to 658. It's still going. It's going because I'm out. You ever had that feeling? Good job, Milo. Quite a few of you making some money this morning. Congratulations to you. And nice trading job. You are welcome, Hurricane. And that is a good example of how you pay for that monthly subscription. You can do it in a matter of minutes. No reason not to join us. So if you're watching us for free on YouTube, this session only lasts about an hour. I will be killing the stream at 6:55. At that point, I will continue over on Discord for another 3 hours or so, or unless I get tired of watching nothing move. But with your subscription fee, you get lots of scans. I think there's 50 something scans, 30 indicators, support, other traders to talk to. If you haven't liked this YouTube stream, if you like what you see, hit the like button for me. Let's keep the ratings up so I can keep these free streams going on YouTube. At least that way you get a free hour until you decide to make a decision to join or not. The link to our Discord is above where you type in the chat. Click that white and yellow banner at the top. Join Discord for free. Talk to a few people. Make sure that you're making the right decision. If you like what you see, come and join us each morning. Pushing up a little bit more. I think it's about done, though. Let's watch it make a liar out of me now. It's coming along, Shane. Little setback with the hurricane and stuff, but we're moving forward. My software engineer was also hit by the hurricane, so we're kind of on standstill yet. Good job, M. Don't know your full name. I only see the letter M. Well, that was two good stocks. One of them sluggish. This one I took the risk. I'm sure some of you took the risk as well by all the profits you posted. So praise the Lord for these two this morning. Greatly appreciated. Nice job, Crab, and welcome back. I think I have a great advantage when a hurricane hits. I live in the subdivision where the city officials live. So we have policemen here, we have office managers here that work for the city, and they get our electricity on really quick. So fortunate for me, the power was out about 6 hours and back on. Well, I looked into that leverage. I did not know they all lived here. I guess the Lord took care of me again. And I'm on the highest street in the subdivision, and I didn't know that either. So we don't get any flood water here. All right, what's next? VVPR looks like it's trying to push up a little. Let me get over there to it. Let's see if the buyers come back into this stock and make it a $7 stock instead of a $5 stock. See a tall dominator bar, not real tall, but it's green, and the My Blessing is turning around. Could just be a hopeful investor here, not enough to push it higher. But then everybody could jump in again. You never know how these things are going to go. It's called trading. So if you're just popping in, I want to encourage you to be here at 5:55 in the morning. Don't miss these trades that happen right at 6 o'clock sharp. You're missing the fun. You're missing the profit if you are late. We don't get a running stock every morning at 6 o'clock, but most of the time we do. It makes up for the times we didn't get one. Good morning, Rick. Looks like we're building up some buyers here. Tall dominator bar coming in, pushing up to 540 now. Can we get $7? That would be a nice number. Watching time and sales, it's mostly green. Watching the level 2 numbers, you see big green numbers pop in every now and then. They are pushing it up a little more. 547 now. Looks like the buying is slowing down. We have some profit takers. You can tell that by the red dominator bar you see there. Whoever rode that little price up right here, they were probably pulling out. You can see the red here. Long as the buyers come back in and push it up, the price will be stable. So now holding 535. Couple more profit takers coming in. Going to move on to VRPX. Cheaper stock, $1.50 range, now pushing up. I was a little late on this one. I was watching the other one. Don't know how far this one will go. This is a green candle chase if you decide to do it. If you are a beginner, don't. That's your warning, beginners. Now pulling back slightly. I'm liking this response this morning. Things are running up and we're not seeing that big red candle right behind it. They seem to be holding their price this morning, or pretty close to it. Pushing up a little more. $1.55 now. $1.63. Not a real big gain, but it's gaining. It's working its way up slowly. Long wick on the top. That tells me a lot of sellers up there in the $1.60 range. So if you are in profit and you are up a little, you may want to take a little out of it. Nice screen dominator bars. You see all these buyers. This is what makes me happy. This gives me confidence. This gives me confidence. These candles flying up gives me a lot of confidence. But they also bring me fear if I'm in it. But I overlook the fear and accept the loss if it happens. This is trading. It's going to happen. You are going to lose as well as you are going to win. Just make sure you cut your losses quickly and let your winners run. Pulling back slightly now. This could be a pullback play. I'm not going to say it's going to give us a pullback because it's a cheaper stock. Sometimes they just don't respond like the better price stocks around $2 to $6 to $10 to $20, etc. Long wick on the bottom of this red candle. They're trying to buy it up and keep the price up there. Wick on the bottom is good. Wick on the top is bad. Pushed it right back on up there to $1.58. May push it even higher. Working its way up now, $1.66. You got to be able to read these candles, investors. If you can't read them, you're going to have trouble in investing. You got to know that these are buyers pushing the price back up. You got to understand that on the top wick, it's sellers pushing the price back down. This is all about your money. You have to learn these things. Nice pop up here to $1.68, $1.70, $1.72, $1.73. And each time you see a spike like that, you should be taking at least something off the table and locking in that profit. $1.74. And if you are a video game player, I highly suggest you play this video game and quit wasting your time on the shoot 'em ups and killings. And how about turn that game into something profitable and start trading? Still going. Does your video game do that? Is it paying you to play? $1.88 so far. $1.93. The ticker is VRPX. I highly suggest you don't get into it now. You missed the run. And I definitely wouldn't do it on a phone unless you are very experienced at trading on a phone, which I am not. I tried it on the phone, too many clicks to get in and get out. When you are a scalper, you want to be out in one click. You don't want to have to go through the whole platform to get out of a stock, and that's what happens on a phone. You got to be fast. These people take profits, and that price can drop $1 in a second while you're playing with your phone to get out. I highly suggest you do this on the proper computer. Good job, Milo. Milo says he's done. The bell hadn't even rang yet. That's a good example of what happens here. Make our money before the bell rings. So holding its price, VVPR is still holding its price as well. That's the other one we played this morning. Let's pull it up. So VVPR still up here holding the $5 price range. It could be a good runner throughout market open if it continues to hold this price. May even get a couple of swing trades in it on it before the bell rings this morning. Make sure you keep it charted on another monitor or in your visuals somewhere. And maybe get another play off of it for another 30 to 50 cents, possibly. Still pushing higher on VRPX. So, how much money do you want to make? That's the question. How serious do you want to get about trading? That's the second question. And if you're going to get into trading, don't think this is easy. It's not easy. I make it look easy, but it's really not. Just ask around. It's all about having the proper strategy, the proper tools, and clicking that button in and out at the right time. John, we're all using Charles Schwab with ThinkorSwim. I'm a programmer, and that's the platform that I program is ThinkorSwim. It's a good one. I've been on it since 1990. That's how long I've been trading. It has its flaws just like any other platform, but it works for me. Thank you, Hubba. That's right, Hurricane. If it was easy, we'd all be millionaires. You're going to have winners and you're going to have losers. Don't let the winners say, oh man, I lost $100 today. Just let it go. There's tomorrow, there's another trade. You'll get it back, providing you attend every morning and learn what we're doing. I'm seeing LGVN. Been watching it. It's kind of just bouncing around. Already made its run up. So nothing good yet. VVPR still holding its price. We'll go back to it. It could have more to come. VRPX also holding its price. Make sure you have both of these in a personal watch list so you can watch them. Man, when these two stocks didn't sell off immediately after they ran up, I thought my computer was broke. I'm so used to that happening in pre-market. So sometimes we get easy trading, sometimes difficult trading, sometimes no trading, sometimes we can't buy them fast enough, sometimes we have nothing to buy. It's called trading. All right, looks like the buyers are done with VRPX for now. Watching for volume spikes once again. Let me turn off my bell ringing. It's probably driving you guys nuts. All right, that should quieten things down for you a bit. NVIDIA moving around slightly this morning. Watching for volume spikes to occur. LGVN. Terry told me to look at it. I didn't listen to him. Now it's spiking up. So thank you, Terry. Thank you, A. Rick. Terry beat you to it, though. Stevie, be careful setting daily goals. If you try to force yourself to make a certain amount each day, you're going to fail. It doesn't work that way. Just plan your day accordingly, stick to the strategy, and accept what the market awards you. When you start setting a goal that you want to reach each day, you're going to find yourself forcing trades, and it doesn't really turn out that good. In fact, you shouldn't even be thinking about money. You should not even look at the dollars. You should be really focused on the strategy and candle movement and volume. That's where you're going to have the end result of money. But if you're focusing solely on, I need to make this, you're going to run into trouble. I know because I did the same thing. 100% on the strategy, forget about the money. Click the button when you're supposed to. When your strategy says buy, you buy. When you start having doubts about hanging on, you should be out already. I am buying the ask and selling the bid. And I also have sell the ask. If I'm not in a hurry to get out and the stock is continuing to run up, I will click sell the ask instead of sell the bid, just so I can capture that little bit more profit. So buy the ask, sell the bid, and sell the ask should be your buttons. You also have to have auto send selected. Make sure that's part of your active trader. When you have auto send selected, the moment you click the button, the transaction will happen. No delays. In and out, one click of the button. John, I don't think they offer a prop firm account through Charles Schwab, but I could be wrong. I don't know anything about Charles Schwab. I know a lot about ThinkorSwim, but I haven't heard anybody mention that they do that, so I'm going to say no with an uneducated guess. VVPR back up at the high of 540. Let's see if we can push through it and get a little bit more money here. Watch the dominator bars. That's what we're watching. We want tall green bars. We want to see the buyers coming back in. Right now, they're not coming back in. They're teasing the price is what they're doing. My blessing indicator looks good. The buyers were present. The trend is kind of down a little. Don't have much hope in this one right now, but it could happen again later. Thank you for your donation, Steve. Greatly appreciate you, brother, and God bless. Just remember that if you join us, I'm here for you at any time. I have a support department that is also here for you, and they are awesome. If they can't figure it out, they'll reach out to me so that I can respond accordingly. So you have support. And we have about 2 minutes left to this YouTube live stream. I want to thank everyone who joined us this morning. I hope you made a little bit of money. And I'm sure you did because I saw you posting it. And make sure you join me again tomorrow morning. We'll do the same thing. Hopefully, we'll have some more stocks. I'm not going to promise you that part. But we may or may not. But overall, we are killing it. It might not happen in a week, but it happens. We are up. Climbing now, VVPR. Buyers did find it. Little bit of activity. Might not have the run we had at the beginning, but we are trying to push higher here. Watching that tall green dominator bar, that's the buyers coming in. The My Blessing is now trying to point north. Big sellers took profit right there, so be careful. It's trying to push. If we can get the profit takers out of the way. Always keep in mind this is after the run. This is on the back side of the trade. The actual trade was down there around 6 o'clock when our market opened. So you may not get the push you saw at the beginning. All right, YouTubers, I appreciate you joining me this morning. I'm glad I could help you make a few dollars, pay for lunch, maybe pay a house note, who knows. That's my goal, is just to keep everything paid for. And to help everybody make money. You are my main focus. Sometimes I miss trades just to tell you about them. And that happens when you're streaming. If you're watching several platforms and trying to trade, it just don't mix together. You have to take a risk and gamble. Sometimes I have to do that. But I appreciate you joining me this morning. I hope to see you again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And as always, God bless.